Good morning, good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
What a different 2 weeks make.
Yes.
What a different 2 weeks makes. What a different a week make.
Yeah.
We wasn't before y'all last week. Welcome to Marriage Boot Camp 2020, March 15th, 2020. Yes. What a difference a week make. What a difference a week make. We got a lot we want to cover. We're going to try to make this as quick as possible. Try to get out as much information as possible. But before we start, we're going back to Deuteronomy 24 and 5. That's where we've been. And I think it's going to fit in well with what's been going on the last week. What's been going on the last week, we're going to stick with Deuteronomy 24, 5. Well, how you doing this morning, Lady Bell?
Good, you?
I'm doing good. Hey, before we get started, you know with all that don't happen this week, NBA don't shut down. NFL don't shut down. The Major League Baseball has shut down. The soccer international has shut down. Tennis has shut down. Golf has shut down. There is no sports to be watched. There will be no NBA playoffs starting in the next couple of weeks. There will be no March Madness. There will be no March Madness. We've been saying Deuteronomy 24. Lady Bell, read Deuteronomy 24. Loud and clear, please.
When a man is newly married, he shall not go out with the army or be liable for any other public duty. He shall be free at home 1 year to be happy with his wife whom he has taken.
Be free at home for 1 year to be happy with the wife that he has taken. We have been talking for the last month about spending time with your wife, about spending time with your spouse, about establishing your marriage, about rooting your marriage. The last time we were together, we talked about, Lady Bell read something from her daily journal, her daily devotionals, about some of the things that you go through, that you're going to go through as a married couple.
Right.
So that's what we're saying, spending the first year, not vacation in the first year. Now everybody want to take a vacation. They got cheap flights everywhere. Now you want to take a vacation. No, that's not a good idea to take a vacation now.
No.
Now everybody want to take a vacation because the cheaps are flying. No, I suggest you stay home for the meantime. But when we said spending 1 year getting rooted and grounded in your marriage, because there's some things that she read that we're all going to have to deal with, that we're all going to have to face. A lot of times we don't deal with them. A lot of times we don't talk about them because we're too busy doing everything else. Mm-hmm. We're too busy watching basketball. We're too busy watching. I told them 2 years ago, TNT does a special during the playoffs. You go from March Madness, about a whole month of college basketball, straight into the NBA playoffs. Mm-hmm. TNT has 40 days and for 40 nights. Mm-hmm. 40 days and for 40 nights. I told the gentleman, I've been telling the gentleman for 3 years, you're going to spend 40 days and 40 nights watching basketball? I've been telling them that for 3 years. Are you going to spend 40 days and 40 nights, 40 games and 40 nights? You're going to spend 40 straight days watching basketball? Now you ain't got no basketball. Now you got to talk to her. Mm-hmm. Now you ain't got no basketball. Now you got to pray with her. Now you ain't got no basketball. Now you got to pray over her. I ain't got no basketball. Hey, Lady Bell was reading something funny to me. Read that what you saw, Lady Bell, about basketball. Read it loud, please. A little joke she saw this morning.
I saw this morning and it just tickled me. Yeah. Day 2 without sports. Found a lady sitting on my couch. Apparently she's my wife. She seems nice.
Day 2 without sports. Found a woman sitting on my couch. Apparently she's my wife. She seems to be nice. No basketball, no sports. What you gonna do? Now you gotta talk to her. They telling you to stay at home. I gotta stay home. It's safe for me to stay off the streets. It's, what do they call it? Social distancing. But see, we've been social distancing at home. Hey, now you got to stay at home. You ain't got no basketball. You ain't got no football. It seems to be a lady sitting on my couch 2 days without sports. Who is this woman sitting on my couch?
She seems to be nice.
She seems to be nice. 2 days without sports. Who is this woman in my house? 2 days without sports. I gotta talk to her. I gotta pay attention to her. I can't go outside. They telling me not to go outside.
And the ladies are probably saying, "Who's this man?
Who is this man?
Where he come from?"
Where he come from? What, he ain't sitting on the couch, he moving? Deuteronomy 24:5.
One other thing, the men are coming out their man caves right now, ladies. Go ahead.
The men are coming out of their men caves. We've been telling y'all, you have to spend that first year getting rooted and grounded for such a time as this.
That's right.
We told y'all that it was Vicki read from her devotional. It's 7 things. I don't want to say 7, but there's things that in a marriage that you're going to go through. You're going to have these bumps and bruises. You're going to have these ups and downs. You're going to have these situations. You're going to have these mountains and these valleys. Lady Bell, please reread those, because now in this time of everything that's going on, now in time, this is the stuff. In a week, just in a week time, a lot of us is dealing with this stuff. Read them slowly, Lady Bell.
Your marriage will face opposition of every kind.
Your marriage will face oppositions of every kind.
And a lot of these has been this 1 week.
And just this 1 week, come on, Lady Bell.
Financial setback.
Financial setback. People are losing their job. Work hours are being cut. Go ahead, Lady Bell.
Rebellious children.
Rebellious children. Now your kids ain't going to school. Now they got to be at home with you all day. Rebellious children. Now, even they rebellious children. Now your kids got to be at home all day and you got to deal with them. And that reflects back to number 1, financial setback. Now you got to feed these little rascals all day long. Go ahead, Lady Bell, number 3.
Interfering in-laws.
Interfering in-law. Hey, you might have to move somebody in. You might have to move in with somebody. Go ahead, Lady Bell.
Sexual temptation.
Sexual temptation. You ain't got no basketball now. You ain't got no football now. Now you looking at her. Now you see her. Now you thinking about you want to get a little bit.
Women, he done crawled out that man cave.
Lady, he done crawled out the man cave and now he see you. And now, since I ain't got no basketball, girl, maybe we can do some bedroom aerobics. Go ahead, Lady Bell.
Health crisis.
Health crisis. The coronavirus got us all under a health crisis. You can't cough. You can't sneeze. Remember when you sneezed, everybody used to say, bless you. You sneeze, now they running from you.
That's right.
Go ahead, Lady Bell, what's the next one?
Or busyness and stress.
Busyness and stress. These are some of the things that we said, that we talked about 2 weeks ago, that we're going to have to deal with in our marriages from time to time. A lot of this stuff is implemented in just 1 week. Right. Busyness and stress. Everybody been stressed out this week. Everybody been busy trying to buy water and toilet paper. All in 1 week. All of this has come to face us all in 1 week. Financial setback. Have your job cut back. I got a friend that's his wife works at the casino, the buffet. She's a waitress at the casino, at the buffet hostess. They don't shut down the buffets. No more hourly pay. No more tips. We came home through the airport last week. This was last Sunday, a week ago Sunday. The airport was dead then. Things was dead then. We drove up the strip. The strip was dead then. The airport was dead then. This is already affecting all of us. Your children. Now you got to have your children at home all day. You got to feed them all day. Now you got that's cutting into your budget. Now you got to buy more food. It's unbelievable. I'm hearing people say, how am I going to feed my children? Lady Bell, I told you how poor we grew up. I grew up poor. But I didn't realize I was poor until I was 30 years old and I started thinking back. Mama did, wait a minute, why are we having pancakes for dinner? I thought Mama was being nice because we was having pancakes for dinner. Why are we having cereal for dinner? I thought Mama was being nice and let us have cereal for dinner. No, that's all that was in the house. Why are we having peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for dinner? Because that's all that's in the house. You ain't got nothing in your house. You should always keep something in your house. You blessed and you highly favored. Now, how are you stressing out about how you going to feed your kids? I understand people money is tight. People money is tight. But see, that's when you have to swallow your pride and say, hey, I need some help. Hey, that's what you should know your neighbors for. You should be, you ain't got nobody you can call.
The food bank.
You got, but the food bank, not just the food bank. At this day and time, while the church is saying, God got you, won't he do it? What can the church do for us now? Where are the benevolence funds at? Can I go to the church and say, hey, my wife got laid off this week. We can't get no grocery. Hey, pastor, can we get a little bit of help? Now, can I get a little bit of help? Or he going to tell me to just trust the Lord? Then I'm just asking. I don't know. If you want to answer, answer.
How much have you gave in tithes last year?
How much have you gave in tithes last year? That shouldn't be beneficial to the church helping people right now. At this day and time, the church should be standing forward, coming forward, not just saying prayer. Right. We need more than prayer. Some people are going to need some food. Some people are going to need some financial help. Hold it, wait a minute. I've been saying ever since June, ever since last year, home first. I told y'all, coming into 2020, gentlemen, I told you, coming into 2020, home first. Now, Nancy Pelosi and the senators passed the bill, family first. Nancy Pelosi and the Senate, they passed the bill with everything going on this week, family first.
That's right.
But if you read the details of the bill, family first is only going to help about 28% of Americans. Because you work at a company that I believe the criteria was if your employer employs more than 5,000 people, you do not fall under family first. They're getting the extra pay. If your employer employs less than 50 people, you do not fall under the guidelines of family first. That's why you got to do home first. I've been telling y'all since January 1st, home first. This is only the beginning. See, we say 2020 vision. You got to look ahead. Everything that's coming our way ain't gonna be blessings. Everything coming our way ain't gonna be great. When he rains on the just and the unjust. You can't dodge the rain. You can't. When he flooded the earth, everybody was gone except for those that was in the ark. How is your ark looking right now? How is your ark looking right now? I told you, home first. Have you been building an ark? Have you been preparing the ark? Have you been buying toilet paper? Have you been buying water? You shouldn't have to be rushing out. You should have been prepared. You should have been ready. Not for the end of the world, just for a situation. We talked about having emergency money. You should always have some money in your pillowcase. You should always have some money in your mattress. As poor as my grandmama was, my grandmama always had some money in her pillow. My grandmama always had some money in her bra. Always, no matter how broke she was, no matter how poor my mama was, no matter how poor we were, my mama always had some money. And not only did she always have some money, wherever you went, she said, do you have a quarter in your pocket? That's right. My mama said, do you have a quarter in your pocket? And keep a quarter in your pocket in case of an emergency that you have to call home. Now, nobody wants the emergency. Nobody wants to see that 2 o'clock call in the morning. But mama always said, keep a quarter in your pocket. You ain't got no money in the mattress. You ain't got no money in your pillowcase. You ain't got no money in your brassiere. Just in case of an emergency. Lady Bell read some things that's going to come our way when you marry. Some issues that you have to deal with. We don't see all of it. All in 1 week. Yeah. All in 1 week. Financial setbacks. People are hurting right now. And this is only the beginning. This is only the beginning. When you have to feed your children, and we talked to some people. We're empty nesters. We've been empty nesters for, baby sister will be 30 So we've been empty nesters for 14 years. We've been empty nesters for 14 years. And when we, everybody now, when you see what these kids eat, I see some of these little kids eating, these little kids can eat. So I understand being a concerned parent and you got 2 or 3 little kids at home that you got to feed. These kids can eat. But see, that's what we're talking about. Make a plan, stick to the plan, being more healthier when you feed these kids. If you notice now, everything got a bunch of cheese in it. A triple cheeseburger, cheesy toast. Everything got a bunch of cheese in it.
Pizza got cheese in the crust around
Pizza
it.
got cheese in the crust, and now they're putting mozzarella sticks on top of the crust. But one of the side effects of cheese, Vicki gonna read the side effects of cheese. So while you're out, quit feeding your kids all that cheese. Cheese has this substance in it called, what's that word, Vicki?
Casino?
Casein.
Casein?
Casein. Casein, I believe how you pronounce it. But read the effects of casein, Vicki.
What makes cheese so addictive is the extremely high
Slow down. What makes cheese so addictive?
Is the extremely high concentration of the milk protein casein that when digested results in casomorphins.
Hold up. When digest, it resorts to what?
Casomorphins.
Casomorphins.
And casomorphins are the opioids
And casomorphine are the opioids
belonging to the same chemical family
belonging to the same chemical family
as morphine
as morphine
and opium.
and opioid. So why? Oh, I'm sorry.
Inducing euphoric feelings and lowering pain.
I can't pronounce them big words. Read that again. I can't pronounce them big words.
Inducing euphoric feelings
Inducing euphoric feelings.
and lowering pain.
So basically you're getting a high.
Yeah, making you feel good.
It's making you feel good. Then you say, why are they always hungry? Why are they always giddy? Because it makes you hungry. It makes you high. And then it's an addict. Then you want some more food. You want some more cheese. Y'all sitting up here got cheesy cheese toast.
Yeah.
Triple cheeseburger.
Yeah.
You going to McDonald's and buying everything off of the dollar menu.
You know, we really suggest that you do your research, and we're saying this because we used to really eat a lot of cheese.
We used to buy big old bags of cheese and eat the bag cheese right out of the bag. And we was wondering why was we so addicted to eating all this doggone cheese. We did not realize how addictive cheese was. Home first. Let me say home first. Now since you at home, now since you ain't got no football, now since you ain't got no baseball distraction, now since you ain't got no basketball distraction, now since you ain't got no March Madness distractions, now you at home, now you have to deal with her. Now, hey, I've been saying, you gotta talk. See, a lot of our, we're gonna have to talk now because we got to deal with all this stuff that's coming about. We got to deal with the financial setback. We have to deal with the children being at home. We have to deal with sexual temptation. We got to deal with health crisis. If somebody gets sick, what is your health plan like? The busyness and the stress of what we all are dealing with. After you pray, after you pray, after we anoint each other with oil, after I'm done waving the worship flag. After I'm done trusting and believing, after I'm done putting all my hope in Him, I still got to talk. See, now He has cornered us to talk. At this time now, excuse me, baby, I'm sweating the storm. At this very time now, like I said, right, we've been preparing for home first. Cause we don't know what this gonna trickle into.
No, we're in unprecedented times. Nobody knows.
We're in unprecedented times, and we don't know if it can end tomorrow. It can end next. In Ohio, I think Ohio is setting a precedent. Ohio has already shut the schools. Ohio has shut all their mega stores. Ohio has shut all the casinos. Ohio, the governor of Ohio was on TV this morning, our home state. Ohio, the governor of Ohio this morning was on TV saying schools might not even open up this year. Let's just say they don't open up. You need to prepare just in case they don't open up. I like what the newscaster said this morning. He said, 3 weeks ago, I had a plan for this weekend. I was not planning on being here talking about this pandemic. He said, what was your, now he said, now instead of what I had planned 3 weeks ago, I'm not doing, I'm here talking about this pandemic. He said, now I got to look forward to what am I going to be doing 3 weeks from now? What is the outlook 3 weeks from now? What is the outlook for a month from now? I think we all need to take into consideration why ain't no basketball to look at? Why ain't no March Madness to look at? Now you got to sit down and talk to her. now y'all talk about praying. Everybody talk about praying. Grab her hands and pray. No, see, don't worry about going to church. The Bible says where 2 or 3 are gathered together. He don't put us in a situation. I think God has put some of us in a situation where it's only 2 or 3 of us, and we got to sit down and pray. We got to sit down and talk. We got to sit down and come to understanding home first. I think God, see, some people, we still don't want to stay home. We still want to run out and do something. We still don't. A lot of people want to run to church this morning because they're scared to stay home. Because now I got to talk to you. Let's pray at home, girl. We have Bible study at home, girl. See, God is putting some of it. Look at it that way. I'm going to look at it that way. Maybe God is putting some of us in a situation. He don't turn off all sports. He don't shut down all sports. No March Madness. No 40 days. No 40 nights. Now it's me and you, girl. We gotta talk. Now it's me and you, girl, home first. Now it's me and you, girl, we gotta pray. Maybe he don't want you to go to church this morning. Maybe he wants you where 2 or 3 are gathered together. We need some help. Maybe he putting you in a situation. Oh, no. It's the devil. No, you a lie. He putting us in a situation that we gotta talk. You ain't got no basketball for distraction, Lady Bell. Who is this woman on my couch? She seems to be nice. She seems to be okay. She must be my wife. Who is this woman in my house? I can't shout for LeBron. I can't shout for the Warriors. I can't shout for the Lakers. I can't hide behind the TV. They shutting down the church, so I can't put on my Sunday mass this morning. I got to stay at home and lift holy hands. I got to stay at home and pray. Where 2 or 3, maybe he's putting us in some situation where 2 or 3 are gathered together in his name. He will be in the midst. Some of us need him in the midst. That's right. Because we're gonna have some financial setbacks. We're gonna have some situation with our kids for the next month. Some in-laws might have to move in. Come on. It's gonna be some sexual temptation. We ain't got nothing else to do, girl. You might as well give me some. Come on. Health crisis. We don't want the coronavirus to hit none of us. We pray that it don't hit none of us. And if it hits us, Lord, we pray for a speedy recovery. Busyness and stress. He's slowing down your busyness. We praying down the busyness, the stress. Now see, if you grab her by the hand and pray, we got to pray the stress away. Mm-hmm. We got to talk the stress away. Mm-hmm. Hey, 40 days and 40 nights. We don't know how long this gonna last. We don't know what's gonna happen.
We don't know, but I want to just say this. We talk about God hasn't given us a spirit of fear and all of that. But I want you guys to read your Bible and study your word, because there were famines back in biblical times, and this could be another famine in modern times.
Where 2 or 3 are gathered together in his name, it only takes 2. I've been telling y'all since January 1st. The government says family first. Home first, because the government ain't looking out for every family, but every man can look out for his home. Team Bell, home first. You got anything else to say, Lady Bell? 1 + 1 will always be
1.
Two is bigger, but it's still
What?
1 1,000, but two
10,000.
home first.